much happens in a year. And I can tell you that one of the things as we reflect through all of this, you know what? It's okay. It is okay to let yourself be disappointed. It's okay to let yourself celebrate. It's okay to grieve. And within all of this, I think that that's one of the keys as you keep progressing and learning more and more about who you are and how you do things and how those things are going to be impacted. Because so many pieces are going to come across your way that you just have to contend with. And even as you get frustrated, even as you deal with all these different things, there's always going to be an element that you have to deal with yourself. And so the biggest lesson that I've had to be figuring out in this space with that is whatever happened, whatever disappointment, whatever joy, I have to be able to create a process around that so that that way I actually try to deal with it. Now, I'm not going to tell you that I'm an expert at dealing with the things that happen in life, but what I can tell you is that things become very different when you realize that the next important question is what are you going to do next? So maybe you had a disappointment with a friendship and someone let you down. Yes, you can ruminate on that frustration. You can talk about how it hurt you. You can talk about how it affected you, but the real question is, what are you going to do next? Maybe your presentation went bad. Maybe something didn't go as you thought. PowerPoint wasn't working and you felt embarrassed. Yes, take a moment to go through that and grieve through that frustration. But what are you going to do next? Now, for those of you that are looking at this through a business context, I think that there's something that you need to hear me say, and you'll hear me say this in many other aspects of life. But it's like, hey, where there is no process, your only option is to manage people, including yourself. And through that managing of people, many times you're going to experience emotions, and those emotions will lie to you. And so when disappointment hits you, when you have a situation, maybe you all of a sudden lose your job and you're just trying to figure out, like, oh my goodness, how did this happen? And you're recounting all the different things that you're trying to understand about how you got to this point in order to help yourself know, what am I going to do next? You will want to be able to start to say things like, okay, maybe I need to put a certain time frame for me to go through this grieving process. And then after that time frame has been met, every hour, day, week that I continue lamenting is actually costing me money. So I have to motivate myself to move forward and start to look at the next solutions of what I'm going to do next. Because the thing is that the world won't wait for you. The world's not going to wait until you get fixed. The world's not going to wait until you feel that you have justice, that you have things that have been wronged, have been righted. The world will not wait. And so when you understand that the world will not wait, you have to realize that every day that is outside of the allotted amount of time that you give to yourself to celebrate, to grieve, all those things, the world is going to keep going without you. And so if you want to be a part of the solution of other people's question of what's going to be next, you have to be able to move yourself into a position where you can actually be available. Easier said than done, I can tell you that. But I do think that it's important that we give everything its appropriate time, right? Time to laugh, time to cry, time to think. But don't do it so long that it actually becomes an expense to you. Do it in a way that you can always find a way to answer that question, what's next? And if we keep figuring out what's next, the next thing will take care of itself. Doesn't mean it's going to go exactly the way that it wants, and sometimes it's going to go better than you expect. But a part of living is knowing what's next and what you're going to do next. So for those of you that are feeling stuck, I hope that this is going to help give you at least some parameters around giving yourself an allotted amount of time to go through the process for yourself, but also keep yourself moving forward. Have an amazing day, everybody. Excited to continue this journey with you.